Hello and welcome, my baby ducklings wearing little top hats. How you doing today? It's Chris. We're playing some Chimps mode for you guys. This is one of the only beginner maps that actually do not have the black Chimps medal on. And you might be thinking that it's just because I gave up at some point and just restarted, but that's actually not the case, because I beat this on Chimps mode before black Chimps medals existed. Oh, I know, it's pretty insane, right? So we're going to do a boomerang start here. We're going to do just a single boomerang. I'm also going to do, believe it or not, guys, I know it's a little sad here, I'm going to do a dart monkey. I don't really want to do it, but I'm going to do it anyways. I feel like it's gonna help me out in the long run to spend $1,000 on a tower that I really don't need. But you still going to be a little bit of mob pop and power, and at least make it easy for me to get all the towers that I want to get to in a nice, easy manner here. So, the basic idea, though, is we're going to get a boomerang, an ice tower, and Gwendolyn going kind of early on in the game here, because I got some good 5th tier towers that I'm going to show you guys on Chimps mode here, especially for this map. Now think about it, like, why would I put a boomerang right in the middle here? That doesn't look like that good of a spot, does it? I mean, it's okay, I guess. Well, you guys gotta think long term again. What if we get a Glaive Lord? Oh, 5th tier Glaive Lord over here. That guy can be mighty powerful, to say the least. So anyways, what we're going to do is we're basically going to get up to Gwendolyn as fast as we possibly can. All you got to do is survive round 10. You're going to be fine here. Then once you get Gwendolyn up, obviously the balloon popping power is not going to be a big deal for a long time. Plus, you're going to boost up every other tower in the range here. So if you want to build another ninja or something for cam detection, it's going to help you out a lot. So I actually do recommend that if you guys are at all curious. So here's Gwendy. Now we do have to put her basically wherever she fits. And all this nonsense here. Go kablamo. Kind of hoping to get a heli pallet in here too, maybe right over here or something like that, so we want to power that up as well. But anywhere, you know, it kind of sucks, I know, but don't feel like you need to copy this spot. You know, wherever they fit in this 4 corners right here is going to be completely fine. I just kind of like this spot, though. So you're shooting down a straight line this way, which is where a majority of the balloons are going to be coming in right from the get-go. So anyways, next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a quick boomerang up to 2-0 right here. And eventually we need up to 3-0, and probably 3-0-2 actually. I think that's what we're going to do. Kind of depends on how we feel. We can go for faster throwing or the red hot rangs, whatever you're in the mood for. Personally, I'm usually in the mood for the bottom path, just because I think it's cooler. Not because I think it's even better, because I think it's cooler. So here we go. We're going to go for the ninja now. He's got a slightly smaller footprint than Gwendolyn, so you can pop him in just a little easier. Plus, he's going to be our cam detector for a little bit further on, so it just makes it nice to have him around. So, in addition to talking about all of the towers in here and everything, I want to tell you guys another story, alright? I think you guys are liking the stories in my Chimps mode. This one's a little bit more controversial than usual, though. So, I want you guys to bear with me, and please don't hate me for telling you guys the story and being honest and everything. You know, I always try and be open with you guys and tell you who I really am. I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there that are completely and utterly fake. And I really try my absolute best to not be fake to you guys. I am who I am, and I'm always going to be that way. And if people want to leave because of that, I completely understand, but I hope you don't want to do that. Anyways, so here we go. Oh, Glaive. Let's just go long range and red hot rings right from the get-go here. It's pretty reasonably cheap, you know. We're not spending that much money to get this double damage over here. And of course, we can get them up to more glaives and all that stuff later on. But for now, I don't want to do that. I just want to get a decent level ninja over here and start with a pretty high level heli pallet actually, pretty soon, to get like at least a 202 or something. So this goes back all the way to Chris's early days in life. I was right around 18 years old at this time. Now this is right around, actually, it's probably 17 when this started. Now this is right around the time that I got the internet in my life. Yes, I know it's hard to imagine a life without the internet. Even for kids my age, like most of the kids my age, they had the internet when they were, you know, growing up too. It was just a normal thing. It was slower and everything, but they at least had the internet in their house. For me, my parents were really weird. They didn't let us have the internet. So finally, when we were 17, we basically like I just like my dad was like, it's finally time. All right, we'll get you guys the internet. It made school hard. It made everything hard, by the way. So yeah, jerk parents right there. But it's you know, it's part of the gotta deal with it. Sometimes crappy parents happen and stuff like that. I'll get the double shot here. We're gonna go for the heli pilot and the monkey village as well, because we want to make sure that the monkey village is gonna encompass as much as we possibly can out of these guys, and also the helipad that we gotta pop down in here. So sometimes it's best to just put a couple low-tier towers down to get the positioning going, right? Because we're thinking, again, we want to get all this stuff set up for the long term here. So positioning is gonna matter. You cannot sell any of these towers, guys. You've got to keep them in their place. So also, in addition to that, we also want to go for, this isn't gonna help me out that much right now, but I want to get this guy going anyways. We're going to put the ice tower down right here, and this is also going to be in the range of all this stuff. So let's get the quad darts. We're going to just get the pursuit just to have it here, and I'll get faster firing and all that junk over here too. Boom, boom, faster firing, faster darts. And then, believe it or not, though, I'm actually not going to go for the alchemist power up first. I'm going to go for the cam detection here. I basically don't want to rely on just a 3rd-tier ninja here for the rest of the game. We're going to need some cam detection in here, so we're going to get all these guys cam detection. Cam detection eyes. Anyways, perfection. Every single one of our towers so far is in range of Gwendolyn here. That is awesome. It doesn't seem like a big bonus here, but it is a big bonus. So anyways, this was like right when I started getting the internet going, and what happened was my friend sort of hooked me up. My friend hooked me up with a bunch of his friends on AOL. So back in the day, if you guys we didn't have texting or anything, or Discord or Skype even, we talked on AOL instant messaging, or at least my friends did. It sort of waned out right around the time when I was like 18 or so, so there wasn't like a whole bunch of people there at that point, right? So we're just going to toss this on there real quick. Kablamo, burn the rest of the balloons there. Didn't even need it, but it's good to have it around. But we now got the radar scanner here, guys. It's extremely helpful. And just because I like to have it, we're going to go bigger radius and juggle runs. Boom. Our monkey village is, for now, finished. We're eventually, around 90, going to get a monkey intelligence bureau. But for now, we good, son. We good. Alright, so what's next, man? Well, we're talking about balloons, actually, right? So we're going to go for the more glaives. Boom, shazoom, more glaives. This is actually a very interesting tower choice right here. Not very common, I feel like. You know, most people aren't going for top path boomerangs over here. But if you put them in the right spot, they're really not bad. You know, again, it depends on the positioning and all this stuff, but it can be absolutely excellent. So I started to, this is when I was exploring the internet, I suppose. I started talking to people on the internet, and I would just I didn't even know who most of these people were. I just, like, started chatting with them. You know, just like, hey, what's up? How's it going? I started talking to a couple people. I made, like, a couple friends, but this one person stood out. It was a girl. Ooh. So Chris, back in the day when he was 18 years old, he didn't talk to girls. Oh, God. Girls were scary. Girls still are scary, but girls were extra specially scary when I was 18 years old. I didn't talk to girls at all. I had 0 friends who were girls, and I definitely didn't have a girlfriend at that point, so girls were scary, alright? Yeah, it wasn't going to happen for me. Here we go. Let's go web shove, and we're going to go for the alchemist here, guys. I am going to do a solo power-up on this alchemist here. We're going to put him in the range of the monkey village. You know what? If we can get Gwendolyn powered up here, too, that would actually be pretty nice. I would not mind that. Not mind that at all. Yeah. Powering up Gwendolyn and or helipad here. I think he can do both. He's probably pretty good. He's not bad. It's good enough for me. So, yeah, I was talking to a couple people. I made a couple friends on there. I actually did find a couple people that, were sort of acquaintances, I suppose. Now, by the way, I don't think I've ever told this story to anybody before. Actually, as interesting as that is, guys, I'm pretty sure that this is a Chris secret that I'm finally releasing 10 years after the date. It's here. All right, I'm almost 28 years old now. So, I started talking to this chick, and we had a lot in common. She really liked playing sports. She liked playing video games. I was like, this is really cool. And I'm like, oh, where do you live and all this stuff? And she's like, oh, well, I don't even go to the same high school as you. I actually live in, it's kind of weird the way our districts worked, but I lived like 3 miles away from this person, and we didn't go to the same school. So it was kind of weird to be like, oh man, like there's a different person here that whatever. It was kind of weird for me. I'm like, all right, this is kind of cool. We talked for a couple of weeks here and there, maybe even a month or something like that, and eventually we were like, well, should we hang out or something like that? So eventually she invited me somewhere. She was like, you know what we should do? We should go play volleyball at the volleyball court over here. Me and my friend are gonna go play over there. And I was like, well, okay, that sounds really fun. I like playing sports. Let's go play some sports over there. Now, did I mention that she was a soccer player? She liked playing soccer was her main sport. But I thought it was intriguing that she invited us to play, or invited me to play volleyball with her. So I went over there and I found out that it was sand volleyball. I was like, ooh, okay, all right. So by the way, this was weird for me. I never, ever, ever like met anybody from the internet ever. This was the first time that I'd ever done it ever, and I didn't even really know what this person exactly looked like or anything like that. It was just like let's just do it. Let's just hop in, jump into it, man. I could have been abducted or something. Who knows? But I drove over there. It was a couple miles away from my house. I get there, expecting her and her friend to just be playing around or whatever, and I find out that it's her friend, but then also her brother, who was much younger, maybe like 12 or something like that, and her parents. And I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't think of this as a date or anything like that, but I thought of it as just like sort of people hanging out or something. And I thought it was a little weird that she ended up basically inviting me over to hang out with her parents and play some sports. But I dealt with it. I was like, maybe she thinks I'm a weird internet guy. She doesn't want to be, struggle-lugging, fighting somebody or something. I don't know. I guess I could be just as creeped out. I could have abducted her just as easy as she abducted me, I suppose. Who knows? Or she turns into a he. I don't even know. So anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to go for the, I believe it's the bottom path ice tower here, guys. I don't get them all that often anyway. The Icicle Impale. Now, I put them here on purpose, by the way. Boom, boom, boom. Icicles, 32 grand, still a little bit away from what we want to get. Now, keep in mind, this is a pretty rough level coming up in here, around 63. I think, believe it or not, the Icicles will actually help out a lot on round 63, though. So, don't underestimate this ice tower here as extra popping power for you. Not unbelievable, but still pretty good. I mean, if you look at his pop count now, well, I guess it's pretty easy to tell. He gets, like, it didn't look very good at all, actually. I lied. Alright, now, with this, though, you can decide to get either the Metal Freeze, which does help against DDTs if you don't have a third-tier Monkey Village, or you can get the Deep Freeze here and the Enhanced Freeze, which is what I'm going to go for here, guys. Deep Freeze and Enhanced Freeze. Even though I can't pop DDTs now, eventually, when I get my Icicle Impale up and this guy going, bam, shazam, we're going to be annihilating all MOAB class balloons, DDTs, and everything. It's going to be wonderful. One of the best MOAB pop and power towers in the game, believe it or not. And it slows him down, too, which allows all of your other towers to do an even better job. So don't underestimate this guy. He is powerful. So we get there, and of course, I'm a shy person. I'm meeting completely new people, her parents and everything. It was kind of weird, but we played volleyball for like maybe 5-10 minutes or something like that, and then eventually it turned into playing soccer. Of course, we were playing soccer on the sand with a volleyball, I might add. That's how soccerific they both were. So I should mention that what's the best way to put this without sounding extremely mean here? I wasn't expecting her to look like what she did. She was, I guess the best way to put it is not super duper attractive. It's probably the best way to put it. And of course, again, at this point, I don't even know what I'm getting into. I'm just looking for friends, whatever. It's all good. So I keep talking to her online and everything. I was like, okay, that was a little weird, but we can continue to be friends and whatnot. So eventually, she invites me over to a dodgeball game, and I was like, oh wow, that sounds really frickin' fun. Now I'm actually really intrigued here. I would love to play some dodgeball. I barely ever get to play dodgeball in my life, guys. Alright, even to this point, I very rarely get to play dodgeball, and it's one of my favorite sports. I don't know why, it's just so fun. Throwing, dodging, running, it's like just being athletic in general is how you gotta be good at dodgeball. I would love to play like a real tournament or something like that, which I have done once in my life, by the way. Maybe I'll talk about that later on. So here we go. We got the Icicle Impale at this point. So now we've got a ton of MOAB pop and power with our towers. Basically, we need to start getting ready for the Bloon pop and power and everything else. So what I'm thinking is we're going to go for the Glaive board. Are we powering up the Glaive board on accident here? I think we are. Oh, crap. Oh, is the Gwendolyn getting powered up too? Or is it just skipping Gwendolyn and going to the Glaive? I don't know. It doesn't, maybe she doesn't get extra range from the Alchemist. Is that what's going on here? This is goofy, but alright, we're just going to deal with it. So eventually she invites me to Dodgeball. Now, she didn't give me all that many details, but she's like, basically, it is just, we play Dodgeball. We can sort of hang out in this gym and we play Dodgeball. And I'm like, alright, this is cool. I'm down for this. So, oh man, this was a little bit weirder for me, because now instead of going like 2 or 3 miles, this was like a 20-minute drive away into like a random place. This is what I didn't have GPS on my phone or anything, so I had to memorize the directions and do some sort of weird mental, gymnastics to make sure that this made sense for me to go do this and sort of just play some dodgeball. I was like, at the very least, I'm just going to have some fun playing some dodgeball. That sounds good to me. So anyways, She gives me the address or whatever. I sort of memorize it, and I get there, and I see her, and she's like ready to go. Now I found out once I get there, this is a church. All right. Now, this is the part that some people don't like about me, and you know, again, I like to be an open-minded person, and you know, I let everybody do whatever they want to do, but I'm not very religious. Okay, so when she invited me to a church, I was like, oh, I was a little bit surprised. I wasn't super excited to be there, I guess. But I'm like, all right, let's just play some dodgeball. It's not that big of a deal. We're just gonna dodgeball it up, and we're gonna head on out. It's gonna be good. So we get in there, we actually start playing dodgeball. It was actually pretty fun. For about like 20 to 30 minutes, we ended up playing dodgeball. I did pretty well. They were actually legit dodgeballs, which I was kind of excited for. And we were on the same team for most of the stuff, so it was kind of fun to just like sort of, you know, beat people up with the dodgeballs. People I didn't even know, just crush them, you know? Chris's awesome dodgeball stuff. It reminds me of the other time that I went and played dodgeball, but I won't get into that today. Now, we are going to be a little bit careful here, around 78. I haven't really had to use any of these abilities yet, but just bear with me. If you got to use them, you got to use them, you know? So I usually just keg blast this camo ceramic rush after around 78. Basically, after the BFB starts coming out, wait about 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And that's right about when the rush starts to come out here, and that's when you can get ready for the keg blast. Alright, maybe a little longer than 10 seconds here. 15 seconds? Alright, 15 seconds or so. I was a little too jumpy on that one, guys. So, we started playing, we played dodgeball for like 20, 30 minutes or whatever. It was pretty fun. And then they were like, oh, now we're going to do like the church meeting. I'm like, oh god. Alright. I guess I'll do it. I'll do the church meeting with them, whatever. You know, it's all good. So, we go to the church basement at this point. It's quite intriguing to go down there. And what they did was they showed us a tape, alright? They showed us a tape of people from 5 different religions, all doing some sort of weird athletic, I don't even know what the heck to call it, man, some sort of, like, competition of different stuff. And they had, like, a Christian guy, a Hindu guy, an atheist guy, and, you know, probably a couple other religions in there. I just really don't remember much about it, but I thought it was kind of weird that they were showing us this video. But basically what they did was they went over and they talked to all the different people about why they believe in their religion. And this was really intriguing to me because, you know, I am an atheist, but I actually believe it pretty hardcore. You know, I'm not just like a random, I'm not religious because I'm not religious. You know, for 5 years I went to a religious school, and then I had to go to CCD until I was in 8th grade. My parents forced me to go to church and all this stuff, so I still don't believe after all of that, so I don't know. You can take it as it is, man. So here we go. We actually have to be a little bit careful. These are actually some pretty hard balloons to pop, by the way. So bam, 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 burning them all to a crisp right here. Icicle Impale is still doing a great job, I might add. Don't underestimate this bad boy. And then as soon as we get this Glaive here, guys, this is where it's all gonna change. For the better, of course, for the better. Don't forget, you do want to keep this guy on strong, man. I don't know why I haven't had him on strong here. I should have had him on strong for a long time, by the way. But at least we figured it out before we get too late into the game here, right? That's the good news. Because you do want him to pop the bow up glass balloons. You know, that makes sense, I think. We want him to pop the bow up glass balloons. We want this guy to sort of clean up all of the balloons on the inside. And there it is, baby. We get the Glaive Lord. So we're hoping is all of this area, all of this area, all of this area, and all of this area is basically full-on popping power for our Glaive Lord. So it's going to rock these guys. Well, anyways, I was a little bit upset watching that video because I feel like they were sort of indoctrinating the people watching it because the Christian person was basically like, I believe this because blah blah blah, the Bible and this and that and like reasons and facts, and okay, that's okay, that makes sense. At least, you know, I don't believe it, but that makes sense. That's logical. Then they had the like Hindu guy start talking, and he was just like, yeah, I guess I kind of do the religion, but like I'm just kind of there. It's all right. I kind of believe it, but I'm not really sure what's going on. And then they had the atheist guy come out, and he looked like the best hypothetical, like weed smoking, doesn't know what's going on kind of guy that I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, Oh, dude, I have no idea why. I'm just really kind of, I don't know, like, what, why? Like, I guess I just never really got taught anything, so I guess I'm just sort of there. And, like, man, alright. I was just like, really? This is, that's why they think that people don't believe. It's just that they have no freaking idea what's going on. And that's not the case for me, alright? And I know this is going to make some people upset. That's okay. I really hope you guys don't hate me because I have a different view on life than you know? But anyways, and I told her that I didn't really like the video for that reason. She's like, wow, really? And she got mad at me, you know? She's got mad at me, and she's like, you're not even open to anything. You're not open to blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what the heck? So here we go. We're going to make sure we get the Monkey Intelligence Bureau for round 90, guys. You want to have it, man. It's very, very good to have. But this is a good combo, by the way. Now, at this point, you can go any which direction you want. I would highly recommend, since we got such a good bundle right here, we're going to go for a really nice middle path, unstable concoction here, and put them on strong. Usually, I just go for large potions and the acidic mixture dip, just in case you can do anything else. But check out that DDT popping power, baby. That is nice, man. That is real nice right there. Now, at this point, you still sort of want some popping power, right? You can't just live with this alone. You want more than this. So you can decide how the heck you want to do it, man. You know, whatever you're feeling, I suppose. Personally, what I want to do is I actually want to go for a Sun God today. So I think it's going to help out in the long run here for most of the Bloons. So we're going to go for a Laser Blast, Plasma Blast. We're going to go for a knockback here. And we are going to get the Sun God pretty soon up in here. Basically, as fast as we can. 22 grand, though. I mean, that's still kind of far away. Can we get 22 grand in 7 rounds? I think so, but I'm not positive. If we don't reach that, though, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pile in either a quick $10,000 Comanche defense, or I'll just pop in a low-level wizard, you know, like a top path 4th-tier wizard or something for 10 grand. No matter what, I'm going to get 10 grand. I can tell you guys that much right now, but I'd much rather get a delicious, delicious Sun God at this point. So we're going to throw this cocktail in here. Bam, Shazam. You can see, look at these Bloons getting taken down right here, man. Whoa, baby. Slow them down next to the Glaive Lord, and you get it done. All right? I can tell you guys that right now. You get it done. And, you know, to finish off the story here, you know, I was keeping an open mind. I tried to hang out with her. I tried to do this stuff, and I felt sort of lied to. And she got mad at me for telling her what I thought about the stuff. And then we sort of continued to talk just a little bit over the next like week or two, and then it just sort of fizzled out, and we just weren't friends anymore. So that was my that was one of the first reactions that I ever had with a girl. A little embarrassing, a little weird for me, but I wanted to just tell you guys, just to tell you, man. So hope you guys don't hate me or anything like that. Anyways, we get the money, man. Woo! $22,000 for a Sun Avatar. You can get Ultra Vision if you want to, but it's really just not necessary, like, at all. Just don't even worry about it. The last thing you probably want to get is some sort of ability to slow down the Bloons here. This is one of the ones that I just always go for as my last, like, few $1,000s in the game. Just get the slowdown ability. Even if you don't use it, it's just nice to have around. You know, if you're like getting to the very end of the map or something like that, even slowing it down for like a few seconds can really matter over here. Alright, highly, highly recommended. So there we go, we're just blasting these guys. We get a nice middle path Bloon Sabotage here, especially for round 99, because you don't know how hard these DPTs are going to be to pop. Luckily, we got a really good defense here with the Icicle Impale, so like no big deal at all. Alright, we're going to slow this thing down just a second. Also, for my last little bit of money, there's a lot of ways to do it. Usually what I do is I just end up getting a sniper, though. We're going to go for a semi-automatic rifle, large caliber sniper right here. And of course, you just want to put him on strong to help him out just a little bit. He doesn't do massive amounts of damage, but he does at least a reasonable amount to make me feel like he's doing something over here. I don't know. You can do subs or super monkeys or taxures or whatever. Just pop something down, man. Even spike factors, I don't really care, dude. Speed it up, speed it up. But for the slowdown, you don't want to use the sabotage until the Bloon pops out of this thing. Alright, that's for sure. Don't use it until it pops out of this guy. So luckily we got a nice long map here for the bad Bloon. To slow it down, we're going to keg blast it, and that's how you clean them all up right there, guys. Alright, alright. I will admit that some of my towers were not very well designed to pop the bad Bloon, and that's why I get a little further on the map than usual. I would recommend, if you are struggle-lugging against this thing, I would think that a couple quick middle path fourth tier, bombs might actually be the best. The Moab Maulers or the Moab Assassins, using the ability to do that 1,000 damage on that thing can mean a lot, even if you get 2 or 3 of them. Heck yeah, dude. Probably better than a freaking sniper, that's for sure. But you got to make sure you do it on round 99 instead of 100, or else you're not going to get the abilities up in time. So, yeah, that's my story. That's my embarrassing story. That's my my secretive story. I got tricked into going to a religious dodgeball thing, and weird stuff with this weird girl that I was trying to hang out with and be friends with. Alright, there it is. My embarrassing story is done. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you press that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the little bell button. Do it, man. And of course, have a super duper delicious day.